Well, you know what that means, Jim. It's time that we move on.
Yeah, from that music.
Well, there's a lot of big things happening, and I know that you are kind of out of touch with. I don't mean you're out of touch. I mean you choose to not
Oh,
pay attention.
you're
You
jumping on
choose.
everybody else's bandwagon.
You choose to not be active on social media, so that you're not really up to date on everything as it happens.
I've been signing a lot of action figures, and I haven't had time to peruse all of the news on the interwebs, and I'm not going to your Sky Blue thing. You can have her ass all to yourself.
It's
'Cause I
blue
don't
sky. Let's not be.
and I don't want to learn anything else. The last thing I want to do is learn. When you start learning, you die, I've heard.
This is a great start. Yeah, no, this is. Where'd you hear that?
Yeah, well, it's some saying like that. As soon as I heard the word death, I didn't want to go any further with it. So I'm just staying away from all the learning.
All right, this has been the Drive-Thru, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
No, but let's talk about some of the things happening. And I have a press release here from TNA.
Oh, it wasn't a release, it escaped.
Rebellion pay-per-view will be in Los Angeles. Slammiversary is in New York City. More than 1 million votes were cast in the unprecedented online destination selection offered to TNA wrestling fans.
Wait a minute, no shit. The two biggest cities in the country won?
Yet, there was no overwhelming winner.
What?
New York City or Los Angeles.
That means only 17 people voted for one and 15 for the other. Is that what that means?
So, TNA Wrestling confirmed today that it will have a major live event in 2025 in both cities. The Rebellion pay-per-view will be Sunday, April 27th, originating from the Gallon Center on the campus of the University of Southern California, USC.
Wait a minute, though. How do you spell that?
Galen.
Okay, that would be more Galen Center than Gallon Center, like a gallon of milk.
Well,
Isn't that how you say it in New Jersey? A gallon of milk?
Well, we say it like that, yeah, when we go to Dairy Barn or whatever the hell you're talking about, yeah.
Dairy Barn, or we'll get you a gallon of ice cream over to Dairy Barn. Has anybody ever heard of that place before?
The Gallon Center, or whatever it is home to the USC Trojans basketball and USC volleyball teams.
Why did they name college sports teams after prophylactics?
And has played host to concerts, pageants, theatrical performances, and more.
Well, here's one more theatrical performance.
The annual Kids' Choice Awards, presented by Nickelodeon, have originated from the Gallon Center numerous times.
Well, maybe I should have waited to make the comparison then till you brought that up. But
well, we'll get back to that. Let me continue with the other arena.
Yeah, where are we going on the right coast?
Slammiversary is Sunday, July 20th at the UBS Arena in Belmont Park, New York.
Where the fuck is that?
That is the brand new arena that AEW first started running. And they got they got a couple of big houses, and MJF was all over TV locally up here. That's a big.
You a big motherfucker.
No, for TNA, we all talk about Tony Khan now scaling back finally on these big buildings. This is the other way for TNA. This is TNA taking their pay-per-view event to a building. They've never run a building like that on the East Coast, have they? In the Northeast and New York, have they ever?
Well, have they? Where has TNA run a big house show? I remember when I was there 06 to 09, they did a building in suburban St. Louis. It was like a 7,000 seater. Atlanta, same thing. When have they run? During the Hogan era? Did they may have run big buildings. I don't hear about them filling them up, but
well, this is a big building for them, especially in the market in New York. Here's some more information. Opened in 2021, the UBS Arena is the home of the New York Islanders of the National Hockey League. Here's a quote from TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth. I am beyond excited to defend the TNA World Championship from coast to coast in two of the most iconic cities of
Two of the most iconic cities.
in two of the
He,
most
he
iconic
needs to put New York and LA over.
in two of the most iconic cities in the world, Los Angeles and New York City. This is a groundbreaking day for TNA wrestling. I cannot wait for the ride that TNA will be on in 2025. Tickets go on sale
Because that's when they're running Six Flags over fucking Jersey.
So, again, we're talking about what's going on with AEW. TNA has now been working with WWE, or at least NXT, but that's WWE. You have to think if they have any favors to call in, it may be for a big pay-per-view event in July in New York City. Queens, technically. What do you think of this? I mean, this is a major, I mean, you know, for everyone that thought TNA, whatever it was dead when Scott D'Amore left. Remember we heard talent was ready to walk out. Everyone was upset. That was the end of the company. They seem to be in the midst of their most successful run in many years right now. And they actually seem to be growing in some support from fans.
Well, but the question, so have we established what is the seating capacity, or what could this building be set up for? Because again, I'm like you, and most of the footage I've seen of TNA of recent years has been in smaller locations. But I would think on the surface of it, I hate to just come out and say something like this because I can so often be fooled that unless they're crazy, they have an attraction in mind that they believe that they can do well in that building with. The question is, what is it? Is it
John Cena's longtime dream of working for TNA, for one?
Well, yeah, something like that. But that's what I don't know what it would be unless it's something that they believe either from the WWE relationship would have a mainstream appeal, or something that some relationship they've gotten into where there's someone in that New York market that they believe that they can sell some tickets with. But you don't just all of a sudden, and if the fans are voting where they want to have a show, well, that's one thing. But
we really, if you think about just where fan bases are, like Des Moines doesn't have a shot.
Oh yeah, I don't think that Des Moines was even going to fucking outrank Detroit. But that's one thing there. If you're having the fans vote where you have a show, because you can still control what kind of facility you have the show in that location. But if you're renting a big major arena when that is not traditionally what you're doing, then you gotta already think you have the attraction in mind, right? Rather than, if we rent it, they will come.
And again, they can scale buildings down. We've seen it, but the UBS Arena, capacity for concerts, 19,000.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a big building. It's the brand new arena.
Does Hogan need money again? Is that, I mean, what else? I don't see what they can do that would justify that. Do you? Can you?
If you have favors to call in, that's when you call them in, right?
Well, how many fucking favors they got? We're not,
Yeah, I don't know what kind of favors they would be, by the way.
There's nobody in NXT that's good. They'd be running an NXT show in the USB arena or whatever the fuck. No, that's calling in a favor like
AJ Styles returns to TNA.
I'm sorry.
No?
No. If you're setting a 19,000 seat building up for a half a house, that's 10,000 people, and just the appearance of one person on the TNA, in addition to the regular TNA roster, or a couple people or whatever, unless you were talking about, did Cody ever, was he ever in TNA to return? Or what? I mean, that's Punk in Chicago type of thing that you would need to justify that, isn't it?
Again, I don't know what that would be. It's an interesting move. It's an ambitious move. I mean, they have a lot of time. This is kind of like their Wembley in a lot of ways.
What was that date again?
July 20th. So here are their big upcoming dates, I guess, because they have a mega on sale. Friday, December 20th. Free plug for TNA there. El Paso, March 14th and 15th at the El Paso County Coliseum. Night 1 is a TNA Plus Live special, Sacrifice.
And oh, come on now. Don't make fun of their show names.
They're all awful. Everyone.
Well, but still, it's tradition. The County Coliseum, is that the old building in El Paso at the fairgrounds, which isn't too large or, too expensive. So 2 nights in a row, that doesn't seem out of the way.
Capacity listed on Wikipedia is 5,250, but I don't know exactly what that's for. But that's a good size medium sized building.
A good size, medium size, large place.
That's the kind of place we've been saying that AEW should run. So they'll be there. March 28th and 29th, St. Joseph, Missouri. And then it says in parentheses, Kansas City.
Wait a minute. What? Hold on. No, hold on.
This is their press release, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's my goddamn atlas?
The venue, the St. Joseph Civic Arena. Both nights will be taped for the company's flagship weekly TV show, Impact.
Just hold on here 1 second. Missouri. Now let's see. St. Joseph. Where is St. Joseph? They said they're supposed to be right next to fucking St. Louis?
No, it
what
says
did you
Kansas
say?
City. I said it says
Kansas City. Well, I'm looking in the wrong place. Well, what the... Hold on here. Let's see. 1 inch, 25 miles. It's fucking 50 miles. Hold on. There's here, St. Joseph. St. Joseph to Kansas City's 54 miles. I didn't think that was a suburb.
Isn't that the way it works in the Midwest? Like, oh, he was a stone's throw. That's close enough.
No, it's the other way around. It's like, what you going all the way over to St. Joe? That's a long way off.
Well, it says here in parentheses, Kansas City, the St. Joseph Civic Arena.
Well, that's like saying Nashville when you're in Bowling Green.
April 27th.
Nobody would do that.
April 27th, Los Angeles, California, the Gallon Center. This Sunday Night Spectacular is the annual Rebellion pay-per-view, airing live around the world from the campus of USC. And then finally, July 20th, New York City. They don't want to say Queens. It doesn't say Queens in parentheses there, does it? The UBS Arena. This Sunday night showcases the annual extravaganza Slammiversary, airing live around the world on pay-per-view from the home of the NHL New York Islanders.
Where has Samoa Joe gone? I just realized that.
He's been, well, again, he doesn't work for any of the companies we're actually talking about right now, but Samoa Joe, last I heard, was filming something. He's in a movie.
What? War and fucking Peace?
It's a movie or it's a mini series or a streaming series.
He lost the title in December, and I don't remember. Have we seen him since? I mean, it didn't take that long to shoot Gone with the Wind.
I didn't even remember that he was the champion until you just brought that up.
Yes, because he was getting over as champion, so they beat him, and then boom, and then the MJF and the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea and... But the point I was making, a TNA Slammiversary, who could come as Samoa Joe, but then not for 20,000 people in New York. He's not.
Well, and Tony's not going to lend him out either to TNA.
Well, is he still work there?
I believe so.
Doing what? Why can't we see Samoa Joe?
He's filming stuff somewhere for something. Just not Tony. But he's filming very important stuff that'll get him a lot of notoriety for another organization entirely.
Well, there you go.
There you go. That's the story for anyone who says that we don't cover TNA. There's the TNA news.